very warm welcome to Newswatch tonight here on Hope TV. Many thanks for your company as we kick off Newswatch on this 22nd day of September 2025. Hoping you had a great day today. My name is Melissa Oduor. Boniface Moredi is on the sign language tonight. Newswatch begins now. President William Ruto has called on African leaders to unite and push for long overdue reforms at the UN Security Council. Speaking at the C10 summit in New York, the president said Africa's exclusion from permanent membership is a historic injustice that must end. He urged the continent to speak with one voice, shoulder the responsibilities of membership, and fight for fair representation. The 7th summit of the AU Committee of 10 Heads of State and Government at a C10 is on the reform of the UN Security Council convened by the President of Sierra Leone during the high-level week of the 80th session of UNGA.
And third, we must stand united in defending the common African position. To deviate from or dilute it would betray the trust of the very people that elected us. Unity is our greatest strength, and in one voice we must uphold this position with unwavering clarity. Excellencies, Africa carries a disproportionate share of the Security Council's agenda and is among the largest contributors of the UN peacekeeping. Yet we remain the only continent without permanent representation. This historic injustice must come to an end sooner rather than later. Beyond asserting our right, we must be clear about what we seek and how to achieve it. Securing Africa's rightful seats is our common demand.
Now, the ODM party might field its own candidate in the 2027 general election despite being in a broad-based coalition with the ruling UDA party. These are the sentiments of party leader Raila Odinga, who says the party's negotiated position for the general elections under the broad-based arrangement has not changed. Addressing a parliamentary group meeting in Machakos County, Raila said the ODM party signed a memorandum of understanding with UDA, the ruling party, until 2027, adding that they will release further political direction at the appropriate time.
You have not passed any resolution as a party to say how we are going to go into the election of 2027. So wherever you are, don't commit the party to some things which have not been discussed. Let those things be discussed first. We are ODM. Who's told you that ODM will not have a candidate in 2027? Who has told you? So first, think as ODM. We have a clear plan that we have negotiated and we have agreed on, and let us continue to implement that plan. Other decisions we'll take.
Lite in High School has been closed indefinitely and learners sent home after a cross-section of students went on rampage over a football match Sunday night that left key school facilities worth millions in ruins. The students in the Kericho-based school reportedly went on strike after they were allegedly denied permission to watch the EPL match between Arsenal and Manchester City. Reports say the boys switched off the lights before embarking on destruction. Efforts by police officers and teachers present to contain the situation were challenged by the darkness. The institution's management and government authorities have now taken over as investigations to assess the situation begin. The Free Pentecostal Fellowship in Kenya, FPFK, and the county government of Kajiado have signed a 3-year memorandum of understanding to collaborate on community-driven development initiatives. Among the areas of partnership between the two will focus on climate change resilience and environmental conservation, vocational training and skills development in areas like solar energy, ICT and agribusiness, as well as joint planning and implementation involving county departments and community structures. The collaboration brings together technical expertise, community mobilization and government support to address pressing local needs sustainably.
So we will actually do our part. We may not have any conflict in any way, because actually we, as Premier Fellowship, we have a lot of judges in Kajiado County. And that is one of the reasons that we felt there is need for us to work in this county. And I think what you have done is very important, because it will help us actually to reach more people. Because once the county government comes on board to assist, any other funding that we had does not mean that we will take back the funding to another county. It will help us at least to reach more people in issues of water, in issues of capacity building.
So resilience here must emanate from the core backbone, economic backbone of our community, which is livestock. So kila kitu yanze na ng'ombe, mbuzi na kondoo. Then from there now we look at what is complementary in terms of supporting livelihoods and what are alternatives that are there. So complementary and alternative livelihoods that would need to be supported to make our communities more and more resilient.
ODM party has announced that it will support UDA candidate David Ndakwa in the Malava parliamentary by-elections slated for November to replace Malulu Injendi, who died in February. The move comes after Injendi's son Ryan Malulu lost the UDA nomination ticket when he secured 3,783 votes to Ndakwa's 6,477 votes. Ndakwa is the Kakamega County minority leader. Making the announcement, Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza, who is the county ODM chairman, said the broad-based government had decided to throw its weight behind the UDA candidate, hence retained the seat in the late Injendi's party. Machakos County Governor Wavinya Ndeti has urged the national government to hasten development projects in the county, including those of the entire eastern region. Speaking at a church service in Masinga sub-location, Governor Wavinya said her county government has been at the forefront in supporting the national government initiatives and projects, including releasing land for the construction of markets to improve the livelihoods of the locals. The governor has meanwhile hailed the local youth for their vibrant participation during the 3rd edition of the Governor Wavinya Cup football tournament, whose first week has seen successfully ended across 5 wards in Mwala sub-county.
Sisi tunaambua kama jamii ya Wakamba hatutaki maendeleo. Mimi kama gavana wa Machakos, hakuna hata siku moja nimewahi kataa maendeleo. Nikiitishwa mashamba ya soko, mimi napatiana soko nijengewe. I already gave 15 of them na masoko yanajengwa. Barabara nikaitishwa all zile zote stalled, nikapatiana list ya barabara zote zile zimestall Machakos County. Kwa hivyo mimi najiongelea kama gavana wa Machakos, and even for the other 3 governors from Machakos County, that is Mutula Kilonzo and Malombe, and I as the chairperson of SEKEB, as we are not atupingi maendeleo yoyote. Ile maendeleo yote inataka kuletwa Machakos County, ipelekwe Kitui, ipelekwe Makueni, iletwe. Because our people are also taxpayers. Our people are paying money. They are paying taxes. Why would we fight maendeleo ikiletwa Ukambani? Hakuna mtu anapigana na maendeleo hapa. You know, we have started the Governor Wavinya Cup, 3rd edition, which you are saying is bigger and better. Let all the teams get involved. Every weekend we'll just be busy in Machakos County. Look at the timetable, who is playing when, so that you can be mwende huko mkashabikie team zenu.
A Nairobi court has allowed the withdrawal of a criminal case filed by President William Ruto's daughter Charlene against author Webster Ochora Elijah. This is after the two parties reached a settlement. Ochora was accused of impersonating Charlene by authoring a book under her name and through Zawadi Publishers, authoring and distributing the book titled Beyond the Name, Charlene Ruto and the Youth Uprising without her consent. The matter came up for mention before Milimani Senior Principal Magistrate Robinson Ondieki on Monday, where a reconciliation agreement executed by both sides was tabled, with strict conditions set for the writer. Ochora has offered an apology and a commitment to the first daughter that he will never publish a book based on her autobiography. Other field to the Philippines, where torrential rain and destructive winds have struck northern Philippines as Super Typhoon Ragas makes landfall. Described as the world's strongest storm this year, Super Typhoon Ragas packed sustained winds exceeding 260 kilometers per hour, with heavy rains and gale-force winds from the typhoon lashing the country's far north. The remote Batanes and Babuyan Islands, where Ragas made landfall, are home to about 20,000 people, many of whom live in poverty. Authorities have ordered the evacuation of thousands of residents and suspended work and schools in affected areas, and warned of widespread flooding and landslides and damage to homes and infrastructure. Schools and government offices in large parts of the country, including the capital Manila, have been shut. In a short break here on Newswatch, we'll be back with the day's business and sports news. Don't go too far.
Hi, my name is Sharon Aitore Wangenya. Thank you so much for being one of our viewers. We truly honor you and appreciate you. We'd love to know how you're receiving us, how your reception is in terms of the quality of the video and the audio as well. So please scan this QR code and give us your feedback. Thank you and God bless you.
Join John Cousin every weekday as he takes us on a journey through the Bible.
Whoever shall seek to save his life, if you go back to living for yourself, you're going to lose it. But whoever shall lose his life, give up his life for my sake, he shall preserve it.
Enjoy interesting, knowledge-packed, yet simple teachings through his humor and in-depth understanding of God's Word.
The last people that tried to put God in a box, literally, he rose again. He wouldn't stay in their compartment. If God was small enough for me to figure out, he wouldn't be big enough for me to worship.
Tune in to Hope TV for John Cousin every 10 p.m., 4 a.m., and 10 a.m. weekdays on Hope TV, where you look and live. There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
going back to the heart of worship.
Whether up the mountain or down the valley, we were created to worship God.
Enjoy carefully selected worship music every Wednesday all day long.
Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
We take it a notch higher with more worship music.
Every Wednesday
is Worship Wednesday.
Only on Hope FM. Listen and live.
We're back with the day's business now. The government has been urged to scrap the VAT on books in a bid to strengthen the creatives economy, according to the Kenya Publishers Association chairperson Kiarie Kamau. While piracy of digital products remains a challenge that has led to publishers selling books at throwaway prices, the VAT charged on books is compounding the problem, hence denying publishers revenue. He was speaking at the 26th Nairobi International Book Fair over the weekend. Kiarie has proposed the scrapping of VAT, saying it will strengthen the creative economy and in turn create more jobs, nurture talents, and contribute more effectively to the country's growth domestic product. The book fair saw a wide array of books on display exhibiting the industry's creativity.
As such, we shall be going green in the city of Nairobi to ensure sustainability and accountability. Each publishing company has been assigned specific primary schools to spearhead tree planting activities under an initiative that we have aptly named Going Green, Adopt a School. Through this effort, we aim not only to give back to the environment that sustains our industry, but also to instill a culture of environmental stewardship. We have before talked about the challenge of piracy, and we can say that to date we are still grappling with piracy, particularly of digital products, which are frequently sold at throwaway prices through social media platforms.
Diamond Trust Bank Kenya, DTB, has announced the planned sale of its stake in DTB Burundi following the signing of a conditional sale and purchase agreement with a consortium of Burundian-based investors, including its existing minority shareholder. In a statement, the board of directors confirmed that the proposed transaction, which is subject to regulatory approvals, will entail the sale of its entire shareholding in DTB Burundi following a recent expression of interest placed by the minority shareholder seeking to increase its stake. Speaking when she confirmed the proposed transaction, DTB Group CEO Nasim Devji said the move aligns with DTB's strategy to focus on core markets in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. She said DTB entered Burundi 16 years ago as part of its financial inclusion agenda and will be leaving behind a stable, well-managed financial institution. Sports now. The final batch of Team Kenya from the World Athletics Championships is set to jet back home on Tuesday from Tokyo, Japan. Kenya ended the 20th World Athletics Championships in style, placing second overall on the medal table. The team secured 11 medals, 7 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze, the best performance in the nation's history. The country finished second overall behind United States. Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Vuria has in a statement commended all the 59 athletes who represented the country, praising their resilience and determination. He encouraged those who did not make it past the heats not to give up, as they would have time to get it right. Encouraging note, we end Newswatch tonight. Many thanks for having kept us company as we brought you this newscast. I have been your anchor, Melissa Oduor, together with Boniface Muridi on the sign language. We'll do this again tomorrow. Have a good night.